Hi everybody, hope everybody's doing well. I just got Dakini Tantric Dakini Oracle in because so many of you recommended it of my previous video, and I'm just looking through it. Look at this one called Mother's Milk. Literally breasts with what looks like chopped down nipples flying in orbit. Very strange looking oracle. I trust all of you who recommended it. I'm sure it is amazing. The collage is very fun. I forgot what fun it is to have a collage. Look at this horse. Is it like sitting up in a tree? What's going on there? What's going on with this banana? It's called Total Bananas, and then you see people looks like having sex above the banana. Okay, sorry, I just have to show you guys this. Look at that tongue, lip tongue between the peaches going, oh my god. The collage is so, before the collage got really good in this oracle, and I think that's what makes it super fun. Anyhow, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I am here to talk to you a little bit more about ways you can actually make your readings that you do for yourself daily, whether you do daily readings for yourself with anything that it has to do with more than one card, or it's the readings that you do for yourself on a particular question, on a particular situation. So again, it's usually more than one card, not usually, but this is for more than one card reading, usually for at least 2 or more cards. And I want to share with you something that I do for myself that have helped me to really immerse myself more in the readings, to sit with the readings more. I found for myself, I don't know about all of you, but I found for myself, one of the biggest challenges I found is I will do a readings, I'll lay out the cards, flip them over, immediately get the sign-ups, maybe sometimes I will journal on it, and then I will just go on around my day. And I think there's a tendency for a lot of us in today's culture, in today's society, to just be very quick. I think a lot of us have lost touch with how to sit with ourselves, how to sit in space, how to just contemplate, how to sit with our thoughts, how to sit with our things that come up for us. And I found this different way of doing things. Some of you probably are already doing it. That has really helped me to sit with it a little bit more. And I wanted to share that with you. And if you're already doing it, great. Stay tuned because I will explain to you from psychological point of view why what you're already doing, why it is actually working, and how it's actually helping us break through some of the resistance when we do our readings. So, to demonstrate, as I said, usually I will do a reading that I just did recently, and usually I do the readings standard like most people, shuffle, think about my question. I'm sure that everybody has their own techniques. So I will shuffle, think about my question, and then usually I will cut the deck into 3 times. This is just something I'll say. I put my left hand on it and basically cut it 3 times. And then this is what I always do. I will lay out 3 cards, or how many cards I have in the spread. 1, 2, 3. And this is what happens for me, and I'm sure this happens for a lot of people when we do this. When we lay out 3 cards, and these are, by the way, shitty cards that came out, but when we lay out 3 cards on a table, face up, immediately, this is what happens psychologically, is our mind very quickly, consciously and unconsciously, makes up an interpretation, makes up a story, makes up a meaning, creates a meaning, jumps to conclusions, either sees what it wants to see in a reading. But it happens very, very immediate. It happens so fast, we don't even realize it. And even if we sit afterwards and we contemplate on it and we journal and we spend some time with it, that quickness of the mindset that already made its own judgment call is still one way or another is going to be present, going to interfere. That's just how humans work. And if you do this, if you read this way where you quickly turn the cards face up, and if you do the other way that I will show you, you'll probably will feel the difference, because I have felt the difference when I started doing it the other way. It's just something that you feel immediately, and it changes things as well as while you do the reading. Part of it is again, we're so prone to quickly jump to particular interpretation, particular things. Part of it is also because we understand our spread that we're doing, so we understand where cards have fallen in a spread. And I would also recommend, if those of you who are professional readers, when you do readings for the others, don't turn all the cards first face up down. I'll tell you why. This is what I do now. So what I do now is I do the same thing I did before, but instead of turning the cards face up, of course I turn them face down so that I don't see at all what came up for me. And like I said, I know that a lot of you probably already doing that. But this is what happens when you have it where the cards are face down and you're not seeing them. Your ego, your mind, yourself, non-parts of you are seeing them. You are in suspenseful state. You're in the space of unknown. Then what I recommend, flip the first card, right? Flip the first card and don't get to the second card until you spend a little bit of time with this card. So you'll flip the first card in the first position. What does that first position represent? Does it represent present? Does it represent resistance? Does it represent current obstacle, current situation? Whatever for you in your spread that first position was. So look at this card, spend some time with it, see how it relates. What happens when you do that? You interject a meaning of that card before that this meaning is linked. Think of it as a linking mechanism, like keychains. Before that meaning is linked to the second card, and before that linked to the third card. So you basically, what you're doing by reading cards face down and spending time with first card first before you flip to the second one, you're suspending linking them in your mindset. You're suspending mentalizing them and creating a narrative story in your mindset. When you suspend that, you allow yourself more introspection. You allow yourself more insightfulness. You allow yourself to develop linkage as you go along slowly versus quickly having a very quick presupposed link. I hope that makes sense. So spend some time with it. Think about it, think how it relates for you. If you're confused about what this card means, maybe throw in, sometimes I won't be sure what exactly it means, how it's supposed to relate. So I will throw an additional clarifier card, often oracle card. Clarify whatever journal. So now you have spent some time introducing your first link. Now you're going to flip over second. And I guarantee you that once you flip over the second, it's almost, for me at least, it almost feels like an eternal movement of some kind of energies. Because internally, my knowing, my mentalizing is slowly shifting toward this linkage, right? And it's now sitting with it and trying to link it because I already know so much about this because I spent time with it. But I'm still suspended because I still don't know what's here. Do you see what I'm saying? So this is very, very helpful psychologically when we do the readings. So I do the same thing with this one. Not only do I sit with it, what does the card tell me? But I also now see the relationship between the two without having any idea what the relationship is with the third. And then you do the same with the third card. And you do that no matter how big your reading is. 3 cards, 4 cards, 5 cards, 10 cards, 20 cards. I highly recommend if you're working with clients to do the same thing. Instead of laying cards all face up for clients to see, because the clients are still going to make a mentalizing link in their mindset when they're going to see the cards, even though they don't know what the cards mean. Because they're still looking at the images, and images carry energies, images carry meanings. Even if they're looking at a peep illustrations, and they may not know, it still has energy. The colors have energy. This is definitely, the swamp, the disgusting, the disgusting bush, how do you even pronounce it? Carries energy. It's a depletion. It's an energy of depletion. It's very different than the control energy of this card right here. So they're going to energetically, while you're doing reading for your clients, they're going to make all sorts of mentalizing linkages. And it's going to create a resistance between you and your clients without you even realizing it. Because as you're trying to interpret the cards and share meaning with them and share a narrative with them, they already made certain things up in their minds. So it's hard for them now to step outside of the already presupposed position whether they can articulate it or not, and to create a new linkage that you're trying to create for them. So for that reason, I highly recommend it. Let me know if you're already doing this. And here's the tricky part. So if you're already doing this, when you do spreads for yourself, when you lay the cards up, cards face down, try doing it the other way. Just try, humor me. Try doing them completely face up immediately and feel the difference. You know, these are great exercises because they teach us about ourselves, right? More than anything else. And I think here with Tarot, we're all here to learn something about ourselves. And if you do cards face up, which honestly for me, for years I did readings with the cards face up. So for me right now to do them with face down is so hard because I automatically, it's like became a ritual, I automatically just do it face up. But I noticed how much more involved I am in sitting with them when I do the other way around. So comment, let me know how you do your readings, face up, face down. If you do face up, have you tried face down? What did you feel? If you do face down, try, did I just miss it too, confuse it too? You know what I mean. Try either way around and let me know what you think. How do you generally do the readings? But I think this is great, and it's important to keep in mind that you want to prevent from that linkage happening immediately. You want to create linkage based on sitting with it and really immersing yourself in the meaning versus having a linkage be presupposed and pre-mentalized by very quick assumption and quick judgments. So comment below, let me know. Love engaging with all of you, and I'll talk to you guys all next time. Bye.